What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about why Firefly and RUAN MEI's banners are the best banners to ever release on Honkai Star Rail, and why you should probably be pulling on them, and where you should be pulling for RUAN MEI first and foremost, and if you already have RUAN MEI, why you should be pulling for Firefly. So if you're still undecided whether you should be pulling for either or, I may have a little incentive to help you make a decision. I am never paying full price for Stellar Jades ever again, because I can get them at a massive discount, and it's 100% legal and 100% safe. Click the link in the description below. It's going to take you to lootbar.gg. There you can find your game like HSR or Genshin Impact, because this does work with Genshin Impact as well. All you have to do is select your user ID, select your server, make sure this information is 100% accurate. And once you do that, you're going to select the product you want to purchase. Click the purchase button, and within minutes, you're going to receive your Stellar Jades in the game. It's that simple. And the best part is that in game, this would have been $300, but in lootbar.gg, I was able to save $47, and that is an insane amount of money. Check out lootbar.gg, link in the description below. First thing we're going to talk about is RUAN MEI, and she is single-handedly the best character in the game. She brings the most value out of any character that has ever been released. Including Acheron. I think Acheron is a fantastic character to have, but I don't think she is more valuable than having RUAN MEI in your account. The reason for that is that everything she does, everything she brings to the table benefits any team that currently is relevant. With her skill, she gives you a up to 68% damage bonus depending on how well built you have her. So at the bare minimum, she's going to give you 32, but the most important part is probably going to be the weakness break efficiency. What this is going to allow you to do is to break characters a lot faster. And with this new meta, which this is going to translate into Firefly discussion later, it's going to help you tremendously deal tons and tons of super break damage. Harmony MC and RUAN MEI are the bread and butter of any super break team. And the crazy thing is that any character can take advantage of super break, and they're going to deal a lot of damage when you have RUAN MEI and Harmony Trailblazer in the same team. For those of you who don't know, I will release a break effect guide that includes the explanation for super break, but in short, super break benefits a lot from weakness break efficiency, which means RUAN MEI is the premium support for Harmony MC and super break oriented teams. Given the current trend that Honkai Star Rail has been having, Boot Hill was released, and he is a godsend with RUAN MEI and also with Harmony Trailblazer. However, RUAN MEI by herself gives him so much extra damage, is actually insane. You don't really need Harmony Trailblazer with Boot Hill. It's nice to have, but you don't really need to run them together. But we just got Boot Hill released last patch, and now this patch we have Firefly released, and these are break characters. I'm pretty sure there are going to be more break characters they're going to be releasing, and I'm so excited about that because I love the break playstyle. And RUAN MEI is going to be in the front and center of all of those teams until somebody comes along that power creeps her in those teams, which, to be fair, they're going to have to offer extra break effect and extra weakness break efficiency more than RUAN MEI, or like more potent than RUAN MEI's, which I doubt it's ever going to happen. And that's just her skill. We're only talking about her skill. Let's talk about her talent. So at level 10, her talent is going to increase the speed of your whole team by 10. This is just free, just by her existing 10 speed. 10 speed is the equivalent of 3 substat rolls on speed. That is a lot. For instance, for MOC, having RUAN MEI on the team giving you an extra 10 speed, most characters have at least 100 speed or close to it. So having her on the team, equipping them with speed boots just gets you an extra cycle in your MOC run. So just by that, just that by itself, incredibly valuable. Aside from that, she's going to deal damage herself. This damage is nothing to like scoff at. So you want to build RUAN MEI with a lot of break effect. Mine has 184 because I had to scuff her a little bit so I can get more speed and to speed tune her according to my team. However, once you have her to 180% break effect, she's going to be doing a lot of damage with this break damage equal to 112% of her break damage. So essentially, she's going to be doing 112% of her own break damage whenever anybody breaks. So it is as if she is also breaking the enemy when you break the enemy. It doesn't matter who does it. It doesn't matter if it's Firefly, Gallagher, or whatever. She's going to be dealing a percentage of her own break damage to the enemy at the same time. Not only that, when you have the ultimate up, you get another 50%. So she's actually dealing like 160 some percent of her break damage to the enemies. That's an insane amount considering that you want to build her with break effect. So she's not only contributing to damage amplification with damage bonus, she's not only contributing for break damage via weakness break efficiency. She's not only giving you speed, she's dealing damage herself, and to top it all off, she's giving you 25% rest pen when you do your ultimate, which you can actually keep this up the entire time. So she is just utterly ridiculous. Like I don't know who came up with this character and thought it was like fine. She's just ultra broken. Also, that is not all. Also, part of her ultimate, you have this debuff that whenever enemies recover from break, they get broken again. She just opens up so many doors for all of the team she's in. Her technique is insane. She starts off the fight initiating her skill, which also triggers the energy recovery from it, which means with one basic, she's going to be able to ult every time in MOC or in any game mode that actually matters. Aside from that, this technique right here makes MOC a breeze, kind of like how Acheron does it, but Acheron just immediately skips battle. She kind of like deals toughness damage depending on how many blessings you have, and she can also break them as soon as the fight starts. And if you deal enough break damage when you break them, they will just die. So she's pretty much like a pseudo Acheron, pretty much like a much slower Acheron. But with bosses, she works even better than Acheron, because with bosses, you still do the break damage and they still, like, you pretty much start the fight, they're already broken. There's just nothing they can do about it. So that's really, really strong. The only thing, she has about 3 light cones that you can use on her. So let me go ahead and show you. The Memories of the Past is a really, really strong light cone that I actually prefer that one over her own. If I'm running Harmony MC, I'll explain that a little bit later. But she can run Memories of the Past. She can also run Dance, Dance, Dance. And since she can also run this one called Meshing Cogs, so she can keep up her ultimate at all times. So she has a very diverse light cone selection. So you will always have one light cone. Like Meshing Cogs is a 3-star light cone and is a really, really strong one on her because you can keep her ultimate up. All in all, for her, all you really need is speed, and really not that much, because if you run her on a Von Walk set, she's going to take the first turn, activate her skill, and as long as you get to 134 speed, you should be fine, because her skill only goes down whenever she takes her turn. So if there's any character that is a must summon, every account needs to have it, this is it. This is like, please hear me out. RUAN MEI. I've gotten like 5 DMs telling me that they regret summoning for Robin. They should have waited for RUAN MEI. Don't do it. Just don't do this to yourself. Summon for RUAN MEI, please. Okay, now we're going to talk about Firefly. Firefly is the newest character that just got released, and she is really, really strong. Currently, if you were on my stream, you were able to see that I hit about 750,000 on MOC with this build. And like, let me just show you the build real quick. I am running her new set because I was able to synthesize a lot of the pieces. However, look at this build. Look at this build. I'm gonna show you the build, and then you tell me. First of all, 2600 attack, so not crazy. 158 break effect. This is not even crazy break effect. I'm also running a free-to-play light cone, the destruction light cone from the Herda shop. I'm also running break rope. Like, look at these rolls. Look at these rolls. 11 break effect. That's it. 5 break effect. 6 break effect. 11 break effect. 6 break effect. So it's not. She wasn't hard to build in the slightest. All you need is 250 break effect, which if you're running Harmony Trailblazer and RUAN MEI with the Watchmaker sets, you should be able to reach that pretty easily. I did pick up her E1, but I haven't activated it yet because I want to test her out at E0 a little bit more. But there's not really much to say about Firefly other than she is the premier breaker in the game. Like, her and Boot Hill are pretty much 1 and 2. I think I prefer Boot Hill personally, but you know, to each his own. Firefly is a very, very strong character and a very, very free-to-play friendly and beginner-friendly character. All you really need, like, forget about the sets, right? Forget about the set bonuses, forget about all that stuff. You can get that later. All you really, really need for her is speed and break effect. If you can get her to about 150 speed, so I personally still need a little bit more speed, but if you can personally get her to about 150, I think it's 155. If you can get her to 155 speed, which if you just focus on getting speed and break effect rolls, like if you go over here, go to rarity, actually no. If you go over here and then you go substats and then you click speed and break effect, just throw in whatever you have that has speed and break effect. Like, I could have thrown this one in, like any of these can work. Just get a bunch of speed break effect. Make sure that your rope is a break effect rope. And then everything else is attack except the boots. You want speed boots, attack chest, attack orb, and then break effect rope. And then that's all you really need to build your Firefly. And she's going to slap. Okay, so I'm going to talk about an extra character that I really didn't mention. And this is our homie Gallagher. Gallagher has taken the game by storm. pretty much when he came out, Pride was sleeping on him. And I don't want to talk about Pride. Pride, stay over there. But everybody was like brushing him off. I leveled him up immediately because I already knew he was going to be crazy. I was already running him with RUAN MEI and Zui Yi. I was running him with RUAN MEI, Zui Yi, and I think Sparkle was my team back when he dropped. I have him at 182 break effect. This guy, same thing. All you really need is break effect and speed. This is the beauty of this super break team is every character, all they want is speed and break effect. Just 2 stats. That's all you really want. So this is why this summoning on this banner is crazy. And I'm going to show you guys something. I was doing some Apocalyptic Shadow. Look at this. This banner has so much value. So first of all, we get a free copy of Zui Yi for completing Apocalyptic Shadow, I think the first 2 stages, right? So you already have a really strong break character right here. Then you're also summoning for Gallagher. So by summoning on the Firefly banner or the RUAN MEI banner, you're already getting the main DPS and the sustain. And if you're summoned for the RUAN MEI, you're also going to be summoning for the best character in the game and the sustain and a DPS character. Actually, 2 DPS characters that actually go really, really well with RUAN MEI. I'm going to talk a little bit about Misha. People sleep on Misha so much. I actually prefer running Misha instead of Jingliu in a lot of my ice teams. When I'm going against Ice Week, I probably pick Misha instead of Jingliu. But people are not ready for that conversation. Zui Yi is just an incredibly strong character. I don't understand how people just don't like build her. She's so good, especially when you pair her up with Gallagher and RUAN MEI. And now with Harmony Trailblazer, you can do some crazy things with Zui Yi. So even if you only... So let's say you pull on this banner and you spend all your dates, your odds are you're going to get a few copies of Zui Yi, a few copies of Gallagher, and let's say you end up getting your Firefly and your RUAN MEI. You're able to build so many teams by summoning on this banner. So you're able to build this team, which is the premier team right now. So this team is probably the most the most effective team in the game right now because everything centers around breaking the enemy. You could also build, you can take her away and put her in there. This is another team you can build. You can also build this team with Misha, and this team actually slaps with Super Break because Misha's ultimate works like Harmony Trailblazer's skill. It does a lot of toughness break damage, and if everything lands on the same enemy, they're all going to get hit with a lot of Super Break damage. So this team is actually pretty strong. Not to mention, Misha by himself is actually very, very strong as well. So yeah, just by summoning on that banner, you get so much value that it's actually like, it's dumb not to summon on it. So now, let's say you are summoning, let's say you do summon for Firefly's Light Cone, right? And I don't recommend summoning for RUAN MEI's Light Cone. And if you do summon for RUAN MEI's Light Cone, don't use it on RUAN MEI and use it on Harmony MC. Harmony MC ults much faster than RUAN MEI. You can take advantage of the skill point generation. But let's say you're summoning on the Firefly banner, you will get a copy of this Memories of the Past, right? And this is the premier light cone that you're going to need for either RUAN MEI or Harmony Trailblazer. So if you summon on this banner, or let's say you're summoning on this banner, you could get the 2 copies of the 2 light cones that you're actually going to need for your supports. If you take everything that I've said in this video, everything about these banners is just crazy. I think it's a little bit devious and a little bit like evil that Hoyo just threw these 2 characters that just go so well together on the same rotation. However, if I was you and I was just starting out and I had a bunch of Jades, I would go for RUAN MEI first, get a 1 copy of RUAN MEI, and you're probably going to end up getting a copy of Gallagher, or you're probably going to end up getting a copy of one of these 2. But you at least have RUAN MEI. After that, dump everything else into Firefly. You don't really need her light cone, but if you do end up summoning for her light cone, you're probably going to end up getting a copy of Memories of the Past. Hopefully you do. And then you're going to get this team like set up, and this team is actually really, really strong. And then, like I said, you can swap it around with some other characters that are in the same banner. So hopefully I was able to make some sense of what I'm trying to portray. These are the premier banners that you want to summon for. Banners like these haven't come in the game ever. Like none of the banners that have ever come out have been as good as these banners. So take advantage of it. Use your Jades. You're going to have them to save in the future. Don't worry about that. Also, join the Discord. I do giveaways every now and then. I haven't been doing them lately, but I will be doing them. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys. See ya.